Hi, we're trading the ES on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. So my overnight highs are here, my overnight lows here. Price started off in this downtrend, break, new low, that's where the overnight lows formed. Went into this uptrend, there's no trades on the way up. So at this point now we have our highs and lows established. And with the uptrend gets a break, you can expect prices to make a new high. We get a first attempt to make a new high, then the second attempt to make a new high, pushes through the EMA, and we get a couple of bounces here, which you can draw this uptrend off of, and it ends up being the whole trend for the day basically. So um, this short-term uptrend starts forming inside of this bigger trend, which at first I had like this, but after this second overshoot, I ended up just extending it to here, and I thought it looked pretty good there. So we have this short-term trend, we get a break, first attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. Now I put this here to let me remember it, and I don't think that it's a good trade to take, but I just want to point out that if it had closed above the EMA, I think it probably would have been alright. Um, of course, there are some trades where it's okay to go into the EMA, but um, it's not quite bullish enough yet, to where I would be okay with going into the EMA. So if that had closed above, I think it would have been alright. So we get the uptrend break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, push to the EMA. We get another leg down, we can look for long still, but the EMA is just chopping straight through it, so nothing really. High or low off the EMA, not a good signal bar. You really don't want to enter on this. And then we get a new high, and then we start forming this range. Um, First it was like that, but then I extended it to right there when I saw that it was having basically two ranges stacked on top of each other. So then we get breakout. I didn't take this trade, but I think it probably would have been okay with a limb order because you do have these two legs down, and it's first leg down, two leg correction, and then second leg down. Break out of the lows, and then this bar closes back above the EMA and the range line. So I think it's an alright trade to take with a limit order. You do want to get in a few ticks early, so that way you have room to get a one-to-one trade before the highs. So anyway, we continue in this uptrend. This move up, then we have a move down, break, new low. So this short-term downtrend is played out with a break and a new low. And then we get a reversal pattern. Now, I know there is a first entry long, first entry short, second entry short failure, but if you really look at it, there's just one leg up, break, second leg up. And so first entry long, first entry short, second entry short, failure. There are a couple of ticks lower, but that is on a bigger picture of failed second entry. And it does come right after this short-term downtrend plays out inside the main uptrend. So I thought it was a pretty good trade to take. And it just holds right off the EMA. So, I thought it was all right. At this point, we started going into this. I couldn't find a very good trend line for it. Eventually, I settled with something like this, and then a break, new high. Um, but I did actually just remove it. But I do think that was probably the best trend. I'll just keep it there actually. So we make a new high. We have a move down. It overshot this channel, and when you get an overshoot, you can expect the channel to break. But we had this move down, break, new low, and I was looking to go long here, and I was trying to see if I could adjust my trend line to where it'd be off of it, but it wasn't off the trend line, so I couldn't take this trade. I really wanted to though, but I just really thought it might try to test the trend line, which it did. I would have been fine had I entered on that, but I'm glad I stayed out of it. So then I got this entry right off the key entry point. I entered with a stop order, got out right at the EMA. Very nice trade. Um, I'll draw the thing for you. Yeah, so someone linked to me this indicator that shows risk to reward if I right click on the bar. Um, I was having issues downloading it, but I appreciate that. But I do still like doing it the manual way anyway, so So anyway, we bounce off the trend line, and so here we have these three touches. So this was the fourth confirming touch off the trend line. Good bar. After the downtrend played out, downtrend break, two legs to a new low, and then we just move higher, push through the EMA. I'm looking for entries at this point. I was trying to find something here, but there's no good signal bar, just a first entry. We move higher, and there's no entries on the way up, and then you get a reversal pattern. First entry long, second entry long, failure. But you would really want to see this uptrend get some attempts at a new high before you do try to do a reversal pattern. So I just didn't see anything to take there. Plus, there's no good signal bar anyway. So then we go into this downtrend. We get a break, expecting a new low. I was still biased to only look for buys. I feel like at this point it probably would have been okay to go short, considering there was an overshoot. Um, but either way, it's just a first entry, and you know, let me draw. It did close out of the short-term trend line, but if that was a second entry, it probably would have been better. But I was kind of biased to buy at that point, so I don't know if I would have taken that. So we make a new low, then we get a first entry short, second entry short, failure. So there's a reversal pattern there, or a reversal pattern from this short-term downtrend to get back with the main trend. But it's into the overnight highs, um, which they don't seem to be that big of a deal because it's just chopped right through them a couple times. So I doubt there'd be much resistance, which there wasn't. But there's a few bars stacked next to each other anyway. It's not that bad if you use a limit order a couple ticks back, but it's definitely not a perfect entry. So then, looks like this uptrend is starting to form. Get a break, one leg to a new high, then a correction, and yeah, I don't see any more trades. So just these two trades here. And then this trade, maybe I should have taken it. I was kind of hesitating on this one because uh, I really don't like orders. And yeah, looking back at it, I should have taken this with a limit order a few ticks back. But you know, that's just part of trading. Hesitating and missing trades, watching them go off without you. But you know, you get used to it eventually. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll learn something. And I'll see you on the next video.